Hello dear viewer, welcome back to the channel. I'm Omar with Patterson Autos, and this is a 2025 Mazda 3. Specifically a hatchback and a select. That doesn't matter too much. I just want to talk to you about the Mazda 3 because it's a car that we haven't talked about. It's a car that I used to have, so why haven't we talked about it? I don't know. I couldn't believe it myself. I checked the channel, I checked the logs, and we haven't done a video on the Mazda 3. In any case, the year is 2025, which means that we're in the 4th generation, and this moves us to an exterior design of single motion Kodo, which means less bends, more curves, more playing with light. That's all that means for the exterior. The interior is obviously completely redesigned from that last generation, and it's very premium. It's, how do I say this? I think that's the word. It's premium, you know? It's not a BMW, but you're getting a very nice experience at a fraction of the cost, and the drive compares very, very hand in hand. Now this car is a compact hatchback or sedan. Right now I'm in the hatchback. It's also available as a sedan, which a lot of cars in this segment do, like the Honda Civic or the Toyota Corolla. But this is at the top of the podium for me because I think that it hits everything right in all the corners. You know, the exterior design is beautiful and timeless. The technology that they're packing in here makes sense, I think, from the start. You don't have to get weird bells and whistles to get the stuff that really matters to you, which, like, for example, safety. It matters to everybody, so let's just give it to everybody. That's what Mazda says, and that's what Mazda does. Between a hatchback and a sedan, you got to think about what your lifestyle's like. You know, both of these are compact, so they're going to be very easy to park, easy to maneuver around parking lots. But depending on what it is that you're loading into the trunk or the hatch, one will make more sense than the other. The sedan, I believe, is 6 inches longer, and you do gain that in trunk space, but you lose the volume because that trunk lid comes down a lot lower than the hatch, obviously. So just think about what your lifestyle is like, and if you're torn on aesthetics, then one car might make more sense than the other. I had one of these from the previous generation. Mine was a 2016, and it was fully loaded, but they've made a couple of changes that are very welcome. So back then, you had a 2.0 liter engine and a 2.5 liter, both naturally aspirated options. You had to splurge a bit for the 2.5. In this year, you're going to start with the 2.5, and then if you want more beans, you can get the turbo, which is just a little too much power for me. This is nice and balanced. It keeps me, like I like to say, at the front of the pack, but out of jail. Also, back then, this car was only available as a front-wheel drive offering, where now it's available as both a front-wheel drive or an all-wheel drive, depending on the trim. But if you ask me, I think that 2.5 liter naturally aspirated engine is pretty darn dialed for this car. It's got 191 horsepower and I think 187 pound-feet of torque. So it's plenty for a car that is this light and nimble. It's no Miata, but it's very well balanced. Now, if you ask me, I think the 2.5 liter naturally aspirated engine is perfect for this car. Yes, you can go for the turbo if you want more beans, but this is very well balanced because it's such a light and nimble car. Obviously, it's no Miata, but it's light, and 2.5 with 191 horsepower and I think 186 pound-feet of torque is a very good mating for this platform. So it's very tossable. It's something that can help you beat the traffic on the freeway, whatever you need, without worrying about a turbo to maintain, or if your insurance premium is going to be higher because there's a turbo in your car. I don't know if that's a real thing. Insurance people, please comment. And I just love the way that this thing hugs curves and takes corners. On that note, there is one important thing that we should mention, and that is the rear torsion beam suspension. And that's a change that came with this 4th generation. A lot of people barked at it, but I would say don't complain until you've driven the car, felt it, and experienced whether or not that was a real life downgrade, because I don't feel it. Like I said, I had the previous generation. I don't think this is a downgrade at all. This is wonderful. It kind of handles like a car that you've already lowered, but this is a stock suspension. Now, I mentioned this is not fully loaded. This is just a select package, which is one step up from the base. And it's kind of where I like to start because it's the first one that gives you advanced keyless entry, and that's the one little feature that I can't live without. So that means you don't have to take the key out of your pocket or your bag. As long as it's on you, all you do is grab the door handle and it will unlock for you. Other nice things the select package gives you are leatherette seating and dual zone climate control, so you and your passenger can both be equally comfortable, even though you're different. Apple CarPlay is standard now, so I mean, you wouldn't have to add navigation. You can use your maps, Google Maps, Waze. Sorry to leave the Android people out. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are standard now. Acceleration's pretty good. Obviously the turbo is going to do better, but between the accelerator pedal kickdown switch and the sport mode, you can get out of trouble here whenever you need to. or get in trouble, if you know what I mean. Very clean design on the interior, super quiet interior as well, so we were getting close to highway speeds if it weren't for this dude in front of me. Turning radius is tight enough that it feels like you could just spin the car if you wanted to. Snowing around, I'm gonna do a little bit of slalom. More like testing the camera to see if it hangs on. You can feel the G-vectoring control really just keep you glued to the street. Obviously it drives pretty awesome. It's a Mazda, it's gonna drive like a driver's car. But what's likely my favorite part of this car is how comfortable it is. It's a compact car, no doubt, but it's very comfortable. Like, I could drive this cross country, and I would choose to probably, because everything's built around the driver. Everything's super ergonomic. I can get myself into that cupped position that I really like the seat to be in. Yeah, that's it. It's very driver-centric design, so fatigue's just not a thing that would ever come up if I need to drive all day long. I kind of want to take a road trip now. Who's this car for? Everybody. I think whether you're somebody who loves to drive and wants to take something in the canyons and be able to daily it too, this is the answer. If you are a new driver and you need something compact to get yourself to and from college that's affordable and that gives you great safety features, this is the answer. If you are the parent of that college person who just went off to school and now you can downsize from the big SUV because, you know, it's just you and your partner and now you can go explore or what have you, then this could be the answer. The CX-70 would allow for a lot more activities if you're in that situation, but this could be the answer. What a pleasure to drive this. I've kind of run out of things to talk about, but I want to keep driving it, so I think I'm going to miss the next turn. While I'm doing that, you can like, subscribe, and comment whether you'd pick a hatchback or a sedan, why, and what color it would be. I'll see you in the next one.